the rugged landscapes of northern Spain and southwestern France, a people have lived for centuries with a language, traditions, and an identity that defy the tides of history. The Basques, one of Europe's oldest cultures, are a mystery to many, a society that has managed to retain its uniqueness through time, surviving the Roman Empire, medieval struggles, and modern political upheavals. But who are the Basques, and what has shaped them into the fiercely independent, resilient people they are today? The Basques occupy a unique space in European history. Nestled between Spain and France, their homeland, the Basque Country, is a strikingly beautiful region of verdant hills, rocky coastlines, and snow-capped mountains. But beyond the landscape lies an extraordinary history that stretches back millennia. The Basques are one of the few European groups whose origins remain shrouded in mystery. Unlike other European peoples who can trace their roots to Indo-European languages, the Basque language, Euskara, is an isolate. This means it has no known relationship to any other language on Earth, a linguistic enigma. Scholars have long debated the origins of the Basque people. Some believe that the Basques are the direct descendants of the prehistoric inhabitants of Europe, surviving the waves of invaders who swept across the continent. Others argue that they are the remnants of the earliest human settlements in the area, untouched by the Roman, Celtic, or Germanic cultures that shaped much of Western Europe. What is clear is that the Basques' history stretches back at least 5,000 years, possibly longer. The Basques are often associated with the ancient Celts, but they never fully adopted Celtic customs or languages. Instead, they developed their own distinctive ways of life. Evidence of early Basque culture can be found in ancient cave paintings, stone tools, and burial sites throughout the Basque country. Archaeologists believe that these early Basques were seafarers, hunters, and farmers, forming tight-knit communities that were isolated from the outside world by the rugged terrain surrounding them. Despite their isolation, the Basques were not immune to the pressures of surrounding civilizations. In the 1st century BCE, the Roman Empire began to encroach on Basque territory. However, the Basques, known for their fierce independence, resisted Roman rule. The Romans referred to them as the Vasconi, a people who were not easily subdued. Over time, the Basques maintained their autonomy, despite occasional Roman military campaigns. They were one of the few indigenous groups in Europe who were never fully conquered or assimilated by the Romans. The early Middle Ages brought further challenges. With the fall of the Roman Empire, the Visigoths and later the Moors swept through the Iberian Peninsula. Yet again, the Basques managed to preserve their identity, resisting both Moorish invasion and Visigothic attempts to assimilate them. The famous Battle of Roncesvalles in 778, a conflict immortalized in the medieval epic The Song of Roland, was a defining moment in Basque history. Charlemagne's Frankish forces were ambushed by Basque forces in the Pyrenees, a testament to the Basques' resilience. By the 9th century, the Basques had established their own kingdom, the Kingdom of Pamplona, which later evolved into the Kingdom of Navarre. This small yet powerful kingdom played a significant role in the politics of medieval Spain and France. During this time, the Basques maintained a unique blend of local governance, including the foral system, a set of legal privileges that granted them a degree of autonomy. These foral rights allowed the Basques to manage their own affairs without interference from the crown, something that was almost unheard of in medieval Europe. However, the rise of the powerful Kingdom of Castile in the 16th century shifted the balance of power in Spain. Over time, the Basques found themselves increasingly under the control of Spanish and later French monarchs. Despite this, the Basques continued to fiercely guard their cultural identity and autonomy, a theme that would define their history for centuries. The 19th and 20th centuries brought the Basques to the center of some of the most dramatic moments in Spanish and European history. During the Napoleonic Wars, the Basque country was once again a battleground, with the French occupying the region. Later, in the wake of the Spanish Civil War, the Basques found themselves at odds with the emerging fascist regime of Francisco Franco. Under Franco's rule, Basque language and culture were brutally suppressed. Euskara was banned in schools and public life, and Basque symbols, like the traditional flag, were outlawed. Many Basque nationalists were imprisoned or executed. Despite this repression, underground movements for Basque independence flourished, culminating in the formation of ETA, Euskadi ta Askatasuna, a militant group that sought to establish an independent Basque state through violent means. The ETA era would cast a long shadow over the Basque country throughout the late 20th century. But through all this adversity, the Basques have persevered. In recent decades, the Basque country has seen a resurgence of cultural pride and autonomy. The Basque language has made a remarkable comeback, with schools, universities, and public institutions now offering education in Euskara. In Spain, the Basque autonomous community was granted significant self-governance following the end of Franco's dictatorship. The Basques have revitalized their traditions, celebrating festivals like the world-famous San Fermin running of the bulls, maintaining their distinctive cuisine with dishes like pinchos and bacalao, and continuing to push for a future where their unique identity is respected and protected. But even in the modern era, tensions still simmer. The desire for Basque independence is far from extinguished. The region has seen its share of political struggles, with groups advocating for full independence from Spain. And yet, in the face of political division and economic challenges, the Basques remain as resilient and proud as ever. Today, the Basques continue to define their own path. Whether through the resurgence of their language, the protection of their unique cultural traditions, or the pursuit of a greater autonomy, the Basques remain guardians of a heritage that has weathered thousands of years of change. The history of the Basques is not just a story of survival. It is a testament to the strength of culture, identity, and the enduring spirit of a people who refuse to be erased by the passage of time. From their ancient roots to their modern struggles, the Basques continue to be a symbol of resilience in the face of adversity. Their rich history and vibrant culture have withstood centuries of change, and they remain a proud people, determined to preserve their unique identity for future generations. Thank you for joining us on this journey through time on Footprints of History. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to explore more incredible stories from the past.